Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Peter Lowe. I want to make sure everything's good. Everything's good? Yeah. Welcome to the, I don't even know what the freaking title of this show is. The Peter Lowe College Basketball second half show. Yesterday was a good day. Overall, the year has been profitable, although there have been some down days and a couple down weeks as well. Overall, the record's profitable. Yesterday was a good day. Right now, I feel like I have a pretty good read on college basketball in general. Huge shout out to everyone. I'm wearing the same rough outfit that I had yesterday because yesterday was good. I am superstitious, so we're going to do this again. You know, the Silent Bob style. Maybe because it's lucky. You know what I mean? What's more important, superstitions or advanced spreadsheets with machine learning? In my opinion, they're equally important. There's two components to my success. One is my advanced spreadsheets. The other is my strict adherence to superstition. That's how I do it. You need both. You need both. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm kidding around. Shout out to everyone. Rich G giving plays in the comments section. College basketball, intense time of year. Can be profitable, though, if you are on top of things, which I believe I am. Yesterday, I apologized because I forgot to attach the friggin' external microphone, and I looked back, and the audio was very, harsh and unpleasant. And I apologize for that, anyone who noticed. That will hopefully not happen again. Rich G, Tasha M. First, let me just make sure that we don't miss the Butler-Seton Hall game. I took the under on that one. I got 135.5. It's now I closed at 134. The first half is modest paced, which is not a surprise. I'm more concerned about second half scoring and overtime, of course. But that's about a minute away. 7 o'clock games. One guy asked for it on Twitter, and I gave him some plays that I liked. I went into Big Man's show, and I shouted out some plays on the 7 o'clock games that I liked as well. I will tell you about the 8 o'clock and later games, full game, that I'm on. And you can take with that information what you want. I did hit the under 136 in Central Florida, Cincinnati. That's looking terrible. I did hit Richmond at -12. It closed at -11. Okay. The closing line value nerds would say, terrible, terrible bet there, Pete. I also hit Rutgers -1.5. They closed at -4. They're losing right now. Closing line value nerds would say, great job, whether it wins or loses. Thanks. I need it to win. Well, I would like it to win. We'll see. We'll look at the second half in Michigan-Rutgers. Very interesting game, of course. Samford-Mercer. I did take a shot with Mercer, -7, although I didn't like the money that came in on Samford. It made me nervous, but I went with it. Western Carolina. I took the over and the Western Carolina team total over. That's not looking good either right now, but, we got a long, long way to go. Regular viewers of the show, of course, remember when I talked about how I had that Troy team total over one day, and they had like 19 points at the half, and I was like, wow, that was a shitty pick, but it happens. Turns out the team total over cash, they scored like 45 in the second half. Same thing happened. Remember, regular viewers of the show will remember when I said I had the Cornell team total over one of those days, and I was like, man, they scored 14 points in the first half. Cornell's not the kind of team that's going to put up 50 in the second half. They put up 50 in the second half and team total over cash. So that's par for the course in college basketball. You'll get screwed and blessed by wacky results like that. A lot of close calls. Yesterday, 2 close calls. Tennessee over. We lost it by a point. Purdue, second half, we won that one by a half point. So, par for the course in college basketball. I also took the under in the Memphis game. That one went up to 143 or 142.5. That one's looking modest scoring. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest was a pass. Syracuse game was a pass, although we'll see what second half has there. Butler, Seton Hall. Couple of seconds away from the halftime. Massive shout out to everyone who makes this show so fun, day in and day out, for me and for each other. The late games, once again, I'm probably going to skip I skipped the minor conferences as far as full game stuff was concerned. If I have time, I will look at the second half for the minor conferences for the 7 o'clock games. I took the under in Iona Siena. That's not looking good. I took the under in Chattanooga Citadel. That's not looking good. But I also took Chattanooga and Citadel team total under. So that's looking okay. The later games before the Seton Hall game comes on, the halftime comes on, What can I tell? Well, I took the over in SMU Tulane. That line has dropped. I'm not exactly sure. We can talk about that a little bit later. Took a shot with the Duquesne team total under at 74.5. That was a decent-sized play. South Dakota game we'll talk about. That's interesting. I might have been on the wrong side of that, but we'll talk about that. If you have any opinions, let me know. In yesterday's show, I mentioned that there were two team totals that I'd probably be on today, South Carolina over and Villanova under, and I hit both of those. I got South Carolina at 68.5. It's now at like 70, and I got Villanova, I think, at 73 or 72.5. It's now dropped to 72. I definitely hit both of those. Those are plays that I'm on. And I also hit Texas Tech minus 11.5. This might be one of those low-scoring games that goes under and the double-digit favorite still cashes easily, like 68-49, one of those type games. All right. Let's look at Seton Hall and Butler. God, I hope we have one more winning day tonight. Always stressful. No matter what you did yesterday, if you take your eye off the ball today, you will wind up flat on your ass with pie in your face, or whatever the saying is, right? Yesterday, you were the greatest of all time. Today, you're flat on your ass with pie in your face. What happened? I took my title. I got complacent. I took my eye off the ball. That's what will happen to you if you do that. Complacency and taking your eye off the ball can strike anyone at any time. Right? We have 5 and 71.5. Let me look at these numbers. 5 and 71.5. The numbers, well, they like over a little bit, but I don't trust it at all. Let me just make sure that everything is good. Mr. Gokster, shout out to you. Again, you remember yesterday I said my numbers like Penn State, but the game reminded me of another, I think it was a Xavier Seton Hall game or something like that, a 6:30 Big East game, where, again, there was a low-scoring first half. And my numbers like the over in the second half, but I didn't trust it. Same kind of thing here. My numbers do like the over. The halftime number, pregame analysis says pass. Halftime analysis says take the over. My gut says be very careful. Although this one is a little bit different. Yeah. Similar game to the Illinois-Penn State game. I was on the wrong side of Penn State pregame with a lot of other people. And second half, a lot of people were all over Penn State. I didn't have the balls to take Illinois, but remember I said be careful about that one. Same kind of deal here. I can see how a lot of people are liking Seton Hall, and my numbers do have an extremely tiny lean to Seton Hall, but nothing crazy. Not one of these no-brainer second half plays like Buffalo yesterday, those kinds of plays that I'm definitely going to be pulling the trigger on. My numbers do like Seton Hall a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. They do like Seton Hall, but, nothing crazy. The number's minus 310. Regular viewers of the show know that for whatever reason, my numbers for EG purposes tend to recommend a lot of plays on second half money lines, big money lines, and start of the season, bad. Recently, it's definitely turned around. My numbers would recommend to play on Seton Hall at minus 310. And an extremely tiny lean to minus 5, but I cannot make that one an official play. The total, again, extremely tiny lean to over 71.5, but that's not going to be an official play. I'm not even considering that one, although the numbers do like it a little bit. And the Seton Hall team total over at 38.5. An unbelievably infinitesimal lean to that as well. I don't think there's going to be any official plays here. Numbers do like Seton Hall minus 310 just a little bit. Didn't have to, if you're wondering what the hell this is, didn't have time to brew my last cup of coffee, so I just threw a bunch of coffee grounds into some cold water. That's what we know. That's what's known as Antarctic coffee. That's how they drink coffee in the Antarctic. I just want to look at this a teeny bit more, and then we will talk about the later games a little bit. I didn't have time to look at the overnight lines for tomorrow, so I don't have anything to say about that right now. A lot to say about the later games, though. And then, of course, in about 16 minutes or so, we'll start looking at the cascade of second half lines that will come in. And hopefully we can have another day like yesterday. 5-2, 5-3, a few big money lines thrown in, and overall a unit or two of profit. And hopefully we'll avoid some of the days from previous weeks that were tough to swallow, but I swallowed them. Extremely tiny lean to the over 71.5. Extremely tiny lean to Seton Hall. Minus 310. They do like that. The numbers do like Seton Hall minus 310 just a little bit. All right, what the hell? I'll make it an official play. Seton Hall minus 310, but it's going to be either graded small or medium small. I did bet it a little bit. We'll grade it medium small. Seton Hall minus 310, official play, graded medium small. Seton Hall, official play, minus 310, graded medium small. The medium small grade means that if it wins, nice little profit. If it loses, that won't be good. It won't be disastrous. I do keep track of all of this, and I will update my record as soon as I have time. Record is up a few percentage points of ROI flat and a few units over that percentage points of ROI weighted. And that's all I was hoping for / aiming for in these shows. Expecting all that. All right, Seton Hall minus 310 is an official play. Just dropped to 290. You can, if you shop around, you can, which I can and do. But I for the purposes of the picks in these shows, just to make sure that it keeps a brisk pace, I just use one book, so you can get better lines if you do a little bit of line shopping. Although it's hard, obviously it's harder to line shop for second half lines, for halftime lines or live betting lines. Not impossible, a lot harder though. For pre-games, obviously it's a no-brainer. And for some things like Super Bowl props, for example, if you were betting Super Bowl props seriously and you weren't line shopping and using multiple outs, you are not an intelligent person, or at least not an intelligent sports bettor, because there were huge discrepancies in the lines of some of those Super Bowl props. I'm talking about at the same time. I don't know if you guys caught that. Even I was surprised by that. I was like, damn, in 2020, there are these kinds of discrepancies on Super Bowl props, but there were. Eventually that won't be the case, but did you guys catch that? I couldn't believe what I was seeing in terms of the discrepancies in the Super Bowl props pricing at the same time. Quite surprising, which I guess, the books are all just happy to get all the action they can, throwing the numbers out, not being too particular and specific about their lines and everything. All right. That's it for Butler Seton Hall. All right, let's quickly check the comment section, and then let's discuss the later games that are coming up. Oh, yeah, I did catch the comment section yesterday. There were a couple of birthdays that I missed. It's not because I was ignoring you. It's because, I'm doing a lot of crap here, I don't have a team behind me. The whole team is here. This is it. I'm everything. Tech guy, graphics guy, producer, researcher, on-camera guy, presenter, writer, SEO, social media, everything, graphics, production. So I sometimes don't catch every comment in a timely manner. And I did catch that it was Ron Lofton's birthday yesterday. And I apologize that I didn't give you a birthday pick, although you only jokingly requested it. But happy birthday to you, Ron Lobster. Ron Lobster. I'm losing my mind here a little bit. Ron Lofton. Dan Kelly, shout out to you. St. Even Michael Madara. Let's see. Ooh, Nasty Nate, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Nasty. Motherfucking Nate. A Ulysses S. Grant figure in the Loshak Army. It's kind of, I don't want to be, presumptuous and pretentious, say Loshak Army, but I love the term, and Deer Slayer Ski hashtags it all over the place. Now I'm saying it. Tito Banton, shout out to you. God, I hope I can give you guys some winners here. Leonard Porsche, shout out to you. Jesse Nemeth. Let me just scan the comments, and then we'll look at the look at the later games. Tell me what you think. Carlos Smith, shout out to you. Yeah, AP Indy. How about the UMass second half? Yeah, I doubled up on it because I had the pregame, I had the full game bet as well. I talked about it the night before. I was like, that was one of my overnight plays, and when the edge is borderline, I usually err on the side of cowardice. But when my numbers are strong and a bet would require a double up, I usually err on the side of balls, and that's what happened with the UMass game. All right, let me just check the comments. People are talking about NHL, which is great. I hope one day in future years, I will be able to handicap NHL day in and day out. Shout out to everyone. Deer Slayer Ski. West Virginia was a great second half copy. Yeah, I bet that one. I got to try to get into the habit of giving these plays that I bet more in the show, because last night with the late games, I had a bunch of bets that all won, and I bet them pretty big because I was just like, I'm okay if they lose, this and that. I'm using proper money management and everything. But I was aware that if those plays had come up in the show, I might have just been overtaken by irrational risk aversion and not given them his plays. I had the over in the LSU game, the over in the Marquette game after having pounded the first half over, which is a loser, and an over in the Missouri game second half after having bet and lost the first half over as well. And I had VCU second half as well. All those plays would have been borderline if I had been doing them in the show. But I talk about it, though. I talk about what the numbers like, even if I do not have the courage to give them as official plays. All right, so let's get to the late games. Once again, if you have any opinions on these games that we're going to talk about right now, go ahead and share them. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more, but I'm leaning under in the Irvine game, but let's not talk about that one. That I'm going to look into a little bit more later. Texas Tech, I hit it at 11.5. Kansas State, this is a term that I've used for years in these shows. Kansas State, very blowoutable, right? Just like George Mason. Kansas State is like the George Mason of the Big 12. Let's see how that game is going. All right, they're down by 6. Again, I got Richmond minus 12, got a bad number there. But I hit Texas Tech also, minus 11.5. And again, probably the Kansas State team total under has some value as well, although I didn't bet that, because if that one doesn't cash, I'm not going to be wanting to also be on the spread. But, on the road in a situation like this, 11.5, a big line, but I think the play on Texas Tech was justifiable. So I bet that one. Duke, NC State, fascinating game as of right now, total pass. Fascinating, though. Again, the Villanova-DePaul game, I hit the Villanova team total under, as I said I would. I also hit the under a little bit. And that line has gone down a little bit. If I didn't have my early bet, I probably would still take it at 72. Indiana, Minnesota, tricky game. Indiana needs a win, of course. I'm tempted to take Indiana team total over, but I'm probably just going to wind up passing on that one. Sorry. South Carolina team total over. I hit that one, 68.5. Mississippi, both these teams need a win. South Carolina, a very scrappy, intense team. I wouldn't want to be giving them points ever unless you're like an elite team, which Mississippi State is, not really. So lean South Carolina. I leaned over when it was 143, and my big play was on the team total over. I got 68.5. Providence, Georgetown. I'm not sure what's up with the Georgetown injuries, and it's a pass. Lean to the under. I did take a shot with the Cal Baptist KC under at 138, and it went up a little bit, which surprised me a little bit. Obviously, KC's going to have to determine the pace here, which I hope they'll be able to do. Took a shot with that. I don't necessarily recommend you tail it, but I'll let you know that I did. And then the South Dakota game. I don't know if we have any Summit Conference experts in here. This is an interesting one, right? South Dakota, great offensively, crappy defensively. I didn't quite understand why the total wasn't higher. I hit the over. I hit South Dakota, and I hit the South Dakota team total over as well. I'm a little bit, again, though, these Summit Conference games, we've talked about this all year long, and I've even communicated with people on Twitter about them. The totals, not every game, but a lot of these Summit Conference games seem to just have totals that are a little bit too low. And here's another one. They've adjusted a bit. Earlier in the year, we were seeing, games like these with totals of like 144. And I was like, that should be more like 150, in the low 150s. Here's another one that I think is, a few points too low. And it concerns me that the total hasn't gotten bet higher because South Dakota, they do what they do with offense. Defense is not a priority or skill for them. And so it just feels like one of these games where, if they win, it's because their offense just explodes. And if they lose, it's because their defense gets torched. So in either case, the over is a good play. My numbers like the over. Let me see what my numbers actually said. I kind of would have hoped to see the total get bet up a little bit, but it didn't. And also, obviously, neutral court, all things being equal, North Dakota State clearly the better team and the more balanced team, right? But in this spot, my numbers indicated South Dakota had a little edge. So I took a shot with South Dakota, took a shot with the over, and I took a bigger shot with the South Dakota team total over. But I might be wrong on all three of those. If we have any Summit Conference experts in the comments section, I know we got a lot of jokesters, guys with the good one-liners here and there, which is wonderful. Most of the time, that's what's most important. Right now, though, we need a Summit Conference expert, college basketball, if there is one. I took South Dakota, I took the over, and the South Dakota team total over. I might have been wrong on all of those counts, and line movement is very, very, very concerning to me. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Nasty Nate says Auburn not looking good. That was a total pass to me, although it does have second half written all over it. Let's see. St. Eve Madara, a sports bettor that uses proper money management, and I'm Jesus Christ. You talking about me? Yeah, no. I mean, I talk about that all the time. I say, proper money management is essential to responsible sports betting, and I use it myself. No, who am I bullshitting you? You know I don't use proper money management. St. Eve and Michael Madara knows. He gets it. A sports bettor that uses proper money management, and I'm Jesus Christ. Now you're right, but I aspire to it. Proper money management is like a perfect circle. It's like the world of platonic forms or whatever. We can only imagine it and aspire to it. We can never truly achieve it, but it's important to be aware of it. Melvin Baton says, shout out to you. Took South Dakota first half. All right. Joe Anthony, I agree with South Dakota. Okay. I hope we're all right. I mean, the market hasn't really moved against it. It just hasn't moved at all, which is, I guess, better than I was just kind of expecting. I wasn't expecting necessarily a market move in favor of South Dakota. Definitely was expecting a bit of a market move to the over, but it hasn't moved. Nothing has moved. So we'll see. All right. What other games are there on the card? South Dakota State and North Dakota, another interesting game. Feels like South Dakota State is probably the play here. We've seen a lot of these road favorites that, so-called sharps have been fading and been wrong about. South Dakota State, clearly the superior team here. And I'd be leaning South Dakota State. Let's see, the Drake game and the Bradley game, leaning under on both of them. The spreads have second half written all over them. My numbers indicated that they were pretty accurate and no edge, but I did take a shot with both the under in both the Drake game and the Bradley game, 141 or something like that, and 138. Spread. They both have second half written all over them, and the spreads look pretty dead on. Again, I did take a shot with Duquesne team total under, although that's gotten bet up as well. Who knows? I think I hit it twice. I got like 73 or something, or 73 and a half, and then it went up to 74 and a half, and I hit it again a little bit. SMU Tulane game, I hit the over, and I hit the SMU team total over. I know that there are some people that I respect liking Tulane here. People more than one person that I respect liking Tulane, which I can understand, and line's gotten bet down. So I think we can assume that sharp money came in on Tulane. Total's also gotten bet down. I took the over. I took the SMU team total over, and I took the over at 139 and a half. I think I got it. Maybe it was 138 and a half. I don't remember exactly. SMU, of course, excellent, efficient offensive team, and Tulane, terrible defensive team. Although when you read their their coaches' statements and stuff like that, supposedly defense is something that they want to shore up, but so far statistically that they haven't been able to do that. All right, so I think we got the second halves coming up right here in a few minutes. I don't think anything's quite up yet. That's it for the later games, though. Again, I took a lot of line moves that are like either the market is mildly hinting that I might have taken a negative EV position or against me. Took the over in the SMU game and the SMU team total over. I took the Duquesne team total under. Small shots with the under in Drake game and the Bradley game. I took South Dakota, the over, and the South Dakota team total over. I took under in Baptist KC. Under in the team total under for Villanova. Team total over for South Carolina. And Texas Tech minus 11 and a half. And that's about it. Thinking about the under 141 and a half in the Irvine game. That also has gotten bet up, which surprises me, which confuses me a little bit. So that's it. I'll check the comment section in a moment, and then in a minute or two, we'll start looking into these second half lines. Hopefully we can find, once again, a couple of low-hanging fruits. Hopefully a couple more, medium, small team totals. Call it a day and dig in and come back tomorrow. Definitely feeling good about college basketball in general right now. Relatively good. Yeah. All right, let's see where we are. I may as well start pulling up some of these sheets here. Let's see. Shout out to everyone. I'd love to be reading comments right now, but I want to pull up some of these sheets to prepare. Oh, the Citadel game is at the half. That's nice. Yeah, I had the under and the Citadel team total under. Greensboro game, total pass, but there might be some second half stuff there that's interesting. Mercer game, nice. Yes, I don't know. I had Mercer and the team total over for Mercer. Samford just a sieve defensively. Western Carolina, I had over. That's not good. But we'll see what the second half brings. All right, let's see. See what we got. Anything? Not quite yet. Pull up some more sheets here. I also took a shot with the under in the Siena game. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah, okay. Nothing about on pace. Let's see the Atlantic 10. Let's see what's going on in that one. Yeah, Richmond up by about 7. Okay. Let's see. Big Ten game. Let's see. Here we go. Rutgers up. Okay. Nice. I got him at minus 1.5. Closed higher. All right, let's see what's up. There it is. The Rutgers game. Let's look at that. 1.5. 71. What do we got? 1.5. 71. Basically nothing. Extremely tiny lean to the over at 71. Basically nothing. Extremely tiny lean to the over at 71. I just realized if this feed went out, I would have no idea for like half an hour. I'd be like, if there was an internet problem, I'd be talking for like half an hour and not realize. I should probably check every couple minutes or so. Oh, no. No, Nasty Nate. What did you do? Oh, no, Nasty Nate. I shouldn't have checked the comment section. Nasty Nate accidentally was timed out by St. Eve Michael Madara. Nasty Nate, we only got 50 viewers in this show. We need every single viewer we can. For the love of God, someone apologize to St. Eve Michael Madara. He's also funny as hell. Oh, God. Someone, please, for the love of God, tell St. Eve Michael Madara it was an accident. All right, let's get back to handicapping. That was just hilarious, man. Comment section is hilarious. Nasty Nate makes me laugh. That was funny, Nasty Nate. Let's try to limit those kinds of things, though. We need every viewer we can. We don't have 500 fucking live viewers. You know what I mean? Block, mistake. Who cares? No, we need every viewer we can get. All right, 1.5 and 70.5. All right, let me focus again. Sorry, I completely lost my focus there. Okay. Slight lean to the over, although the numbers, the total just dropped again. 70.5, the numbers like that a little bit. The over, 70.5. I don't know if I can make that one an official play, though. Let me just focus. That was a mistake. I had a good laugh in the middle of dealing with AIPP and focusing my brain, shifting my brain into handicapping these extremely tight edges mode. The spread is basically a pass. Slight lean to the over. We will maybe we'll come back to it. Let's look at the Auburn game. The Auburn game is here. Auburn. Let's pull it up. Okay. Auburn. 3.5 and 76.5. 3.5 and 76.5. Okay, yeah, that defensive guy is out. Look at that. Okay. For Auburn, okay. 3.5 and 76.5. Let's see what the numbers say. Slightly into Auburn. The numbers like Auburn again on freaking fucking money lines, man. Small lean to Auburn. At minus 225 or 3.5. All right, let me focus here. Let me try to. All right, once again, all right, we'll make an official play. I mean, I bet it. The numbers like it. Again, numbers say for EG purposes, they like the money line more than the 3.5. Although both have EV according to these numbers. Auburn minus 225 official pick. The numbers like it medium. Although I don't like to see that guy who's out. That big defender for Auburn is out. Right? What the hell is his name? I can't remember. But he's not in there. That's not good. But I will, yeah. Auburn minus 225, an official play. The numbers like it medium. We'll just grade it medium small, though. Medium small, another big money line. Auburn minus 225, graded medium small. And the total, numbers like the over at 77. The numbers like the over at 77. 77 minus 115. The numbers like the over 77 minus 115. For Auburn, Georgia. And we'll make that one an official play. Georgia. Over 77 minus 115. The numbers like it medium. The numbers like it medium. Over 77 minus 115, Auburn, Georgia. We'll grade it medium small, just so we can not spaz over it and move on. Georgia over 77 minus 115, official play, graded medium small. And the numbers also like Auburn over 40.5, but that won't be an official play. All right, let me just focus on what the hell's going on here. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's it. Let's see what else is up. A lot of plays are up now. Let's look at, I guess let's look at Mercer, Sanford and Mercer. Or no, let's look at Furman. Tennessee State -2 and 74. Tennessee State -2 and 74. Anything. Numbers like Furman, a little bit, +2. Numbers like Furman, a little bit at +2. Numbers like Furman, a little bit at +2. All right, we'll make that one an official play also. Here we go. Furman +2. The numbers like this one, medium. Furman +2. Numbers like it, medium. We'll grade it. I'll grade it medium small though. Numbers like it medium. We'll grade it medium small. Furman +2, graded medium small, and the total of 74. Small lean to the over, and the Furman team total over 36. They like that one also. Furman team total over 36. The numbers like that. Furman over 36. Right now, just +2 graded medium small. Furman over 36 they like. And the over 74 at 105. Numbers like that. Numbers like that a little bit. And the Furman over 36, they like that. We'll hold off on that for now, but the numbers definitely like it. All right, let's look at Wofford, Greensboro, 6.5 and 71. Greensboro, 6.5 and 71. Small lean to the under. And that's about it. Wofford and Greensboro. Where is it? Small lean to the under in Wofford and Greensboro at 71. The hell is it? Yeah, but we're not going to make that one an official play either. Okay, let's move on. Western Carolina, 7.5 and 79. 7.5 and 79. They kind of like over. But we're going to move on. We're going to look for stuff that's a little bit more hang and see if we can find something. All this stuff. Let's look at the Georgia Tech game if we can. And the Louisville game. Interesting. Okay. Wake Forest, 2.5 and 74.5. Numbers like. Nothing really. Very small lean to Wake Forest. But, yeah, they like Wake Forest a bit. They like Wake Forest a bit. -2.5. Nothing crazy though. I don't think I can give that one as a play. Let's look at the Syracuse game. I share all my opinions, even if they don't become official plays. 3 and 79.5. 3 and 79.5. Very small lean to Syracuse at +3. minus 105. Lean to Syracuse. Again, looking for some lower hanging stuff. Let's look at the Iona game. Siena +1 and 76.5. +1 and 76.5. Nothing. Small lean to the under. Very small. Very small lean to the under. Want to make sure we don't miss out on any Cincinnati, Central Florida. Let's try to find some of the others. The Memphis game, that might be interesting. All right, Cincinnati, -6 and 73.5. Nothing. Damn. Nothing. The hell is Sanford Mercer? There it is. We'll look at that. Probably not going to be anything there. The half and 81.5. Oof, God. No, small lean to Sanford, actually. The numbers like Sanford and the Mercer team total under. Confidence is low, and a lean to the under at 81.5 as well. Lean to under, Mercer under 41. Yeah, I mean, and the numbers like Sanford +0.5, but there's no way I'm going to bet that. Let's look for Texas A&M. See if there's anything here. 5 and 75.5. Slight lean to Alabama, slight lean to the Texas A&M team total under at 35.5. Texas A&M under 35.5. They like that one a bit. The numbers, that is. All right, okay. I guess we'll make that one a play. Texas A&M under 35.5, official play, and that will be graded medium small. Texas A&M under 35.5, graded medium small. Numbers also, yeah, that's about it there. Let's see if there's anything else. What did we miss? The Richmond game, 4 and 72.5. Where is that? Going as fast as we can here, while not going too fast. 4 and 72.5. Numbers like the over a bit, and the Richmond team total over at 38.5. Yeah, the numbers like the over here, Richmond and George Mason. All right, we'll make that one a play, although that is nothing crazy. We just check. Yeah, all right, Richmond, George Mason over 72.5. That's a play. Numbers like that one, medium or medium big. Richmond, George Mason, over 72.5. Medium or medium big? All right, we'll grade it medium big. What the hell? What the hell? Graded medium big. Richmond over 72.5. Graded medium big. Richmond over 72.5. Graded medium big. And also the team total over is a play that the numbers like a little bit as well for Richmond. Over 72.5, graded medium big. All right, let's see what else we got. We could revisit some stuff. Let's quickly check some of the extra games. BU and Lafayette and Loyola Maryland Army. Let's see if we can sneak that one. Loyola Maryland Army. See if we can sneak that one. 2.5 and 81.5. Small lean to Loyola Maryland, actually, at minus 165. But that's gone. Yeah, it's already off the board. Lafayette is still there. That's probably going to be nothing, though. What's it, 3.5 and 74.5? Numbers like under. BU Lafayette under 74.5 if it's still up. Under 74.5 if it's still up. We'll make it an official play. Yes. BU Lafayette under 74.5. Under 74.5 minus 120. That'll be an official play. BU and Lafayette under 74.5. That is numbers like it medium. I'm going to grade it medium or medium small. We'll grade it medium. Graded medium. Lafayette under 74.5. Graded medium. And both team totals they like as well. BU 39 and Lafayette 35.5. But just both teams under 74.5 minus 120 graded medium. And the spread lean to lean to BU actually. Wow. I like BU here. BU at minus 205. They like it. No, but the event is all right. The event is off. Just the over, the under in that one. 74.5 wound up being an official play. Let's go back to the main games. Wake Forest still up. Memphis is still up. Let's try to catch that one. East Carolina and Memphis. Try to catch that one. 7 and 74. Nothing really. Slight lean to the over, actually. Very small lean to the over. Numbers like over, which is a little bit surprising. I don't necessarily know if I like that one. Numbers like over. And both team total overs as well. I don't know about that, man. If it was going to be over, it would be graded small. I don't know if I can make that one an official play. Halftime numbers like it. Pregame numbers say pregame numbers like under. Halftime numbers are stronger, though, and they like over at 74. Let me just look into this just a tad deeper. 74. All right, we'll make that official play. We'll grade it small. Just graded small. Memphis over 74. Official play, but just graded small. Just graded small. I don't like that one, but I bet it. Whatever. Graded small. In the grand scheme of things, something graded small has a negligible effect on everything. Wake Forest and Georgia Tech again, though. Numbers like Georgia, like Wake Forest a bit. Minus 165. Yeah, I'll just pass on that one. Numbers like it, but I'm not going to. Numbers like it a bit. Iffy confidence, though. Decent edge, according to these numbers, but iffy confidence. Regular viewers of the show will know that I have the edge numbers and the confidence numbers. The confidence numbers are more important than the edge magnitude numbers that I look at. Yeah, I think we'll pass on that. Slightly into the over. Slightly into the Wake Forest team total over as well. That's definitely justifiable according to these numbers. 39, but gonna pass. And it's off the board anyway. All right. All right, I guess that's it, right? Everything's gone. I went as fast as I could, picking at picking at whatever fruit or whatever looked like fruit that was in front of me. Memphis game still up there. Wow, it jumped to 74.5. Look at that. All right. Maybe I should have graded it higher than small. I don't know. Spread, nothing really. All right. Interesting stuff. I'm just closing out some stuff now. Closing some shit out. Closing stuff out. Observing and closing. Seeing what the hell's going on. Gathering my wits back about me. All right, we got 3 minor conference games coming up in a few minutes, I think. Probably we'll, maybe we'll see if we're still live for that. Yeah, the Northwest, the Southland games. All right, I'll get ready to look at those, even though I only have half of my numbers, which is, not ideal, but still fine. Those games are coming up in a couple of minutes. 3 Southland games for those of you who have books that offer those. A lot of books don't, for good reason. Softer markets, weirder markets. Let's quickly look at comments section. Seton Hall tied it up. Okay, that's nice. Let's see what's going on here. Just scanning over the games. Scanning everything. Interesting stuff. Scanning. Observing. All right, let's go to the comment section. Shout out to everyone. Phew, jeez. Rich G says, what was the play on the Memphis total? Well, that one is gone, but it was over 74, graded small. Dan Kelly says, thanks, Pete. Great job as always. Oh, you're so welcome, Dan Kelly. You know we joke around here a lot, and I say a lot of sincere comments as well. But thank you so much, Dan Kelly, for those kind words. I know how hard it is to impress you. Nasty Nate, shout out. So what the Nasty Nate? Oh God. That happened. That happened once before, and I don't remember who it happened to, but I think that guy hasn't been back. It was Noah Lastark or something like that, wasn't it? That guy hasn't been back. St. Eve and Michael Madara. What I need to have somehow is like a database. I need to get this shit automated, where someone who's not a spammer who gets put on 300 seconds notice or whatever somehow can get contacted and at least apologized to and said, we didn't mean it. It was a mistake. What had happened was that Nasty Nate's dog fell on his phone and then put you on 300-second timeout. St. Eve and Michael Madara. We got to get in touch with this guy, man. We got to get in touch with this guy. LoJack Army's only got like 50 people in it. You know how much these other sports betting armies have? Like 600 people in them. 2,000 people in them. We got 50. We need everyone we got. This is like Animal House of sports betting. This is what this shit is. This is like the Animal House of sports betting. All these other guys are the fucking elite fraternities. Graphics and shit. 500 members. You know what I mean? Studios, microphones, guests and shit. You know what I mean? Social media people, hashtags and shit. You know what I mean? People who graduated from like SEO University coming in and making their shit the top of Twitter. This is Animal House here, man. We got 50 ragtag guys. Lovable underdogs. Oh, man. Someone get in touch with that guy. Nasty Nate says, let's not bring up the past. This really is kind of like Animal House. It's funny as hell, man. Funny as hell. Yes, Rich G. Yes, but the LoJack Army is the most loyal, disciplined army with the best money management. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're going to look at us and they're going to be like, wow, how did you guys how come it took you, 6 months to go broke and we all went broke in 1 month? Money management, fuckface. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, Rich G. Unreal. Unreal. Whew. Dear Slayer Ski says, well said, Rich. Comment of the day. Yes, Rich G. Jonathan Nelson, fuck Auburn, can't make a shot. If that is true, this is what happens, man, when, when you make a lot of bets, there are some. That's why I'm very risk-averse. When I'm on my own and I'm not doing this live, I'm totally fine if some bet I make winds up being totally wrong, and if overall 7 of the bets are winners, 4 of them are losers, and whatever. But yeah, if you're thinking that, let's see what's going on in the Auburn game. All right, I'm seeing them down by 3.5, down by 9 in the game. Is it worse than that? What's going on in the Auburn game? I know that the other guys are at halftime. All right, we'll check out the halftimes. All right, yeah, it's not good, but okay, all right, okay, yeah, I hear you. All right, let's look at the extra games. See if we can't add a little bit of extra fruit. I'm not seeing anything right now. We didn't miss them. No, I'm assuming they haven't been hung yet. All right, let's scan them and see if there's anything that I can guess that the numbers might say. Maybe Lamar. Nichols and Northwestern State. I don't know, but maybe under. I got to wait for the lines to come out so I can crunch everything. See what we got here. Huge shout out to everyone who makes this shit so fun. I hope someday we can make a sports betting movie with Jimmy the Bag in it. I've been talking about that from like the second day that I met Jimmy the Bag, when we both realized that Let It Ride was our favorite betting movie. I was like, let's make a fucking sports betting comedy movie. And he was all like, yeah, let's do it. But he's a professional, so he knows like how vicious the suits can be. I've never dealt with those people, so I'm just like, what do you mean they'll love us? They'll love us. I still have hope, though. Someday to make a sports betting movie. It'll be funny as hell and fun as hell. And we'll have all the friggin' low baggers and everyone in it. And contributing lines and stories and shit. Lines still aren't out. Lamar could be a play. The under in Northwestern State could be a play. Not seeing anything, though. Hey. Tasha M, Deer Slayer Ski, shout out to everyone. Just waiting for these second half lines. I'd wrap up the show if these situations didn't look promising. I've only got half of my normal process here, but I think it's going to be enough. I just ran some numbers with some estimated lines. The Northwestern State game, that might have a total of, I don't know. That might be 76 and a half. If so, we'll be on the under. The Lamar game, that's hard to say. Maybe 5. If so, might have a small play on the on Lamar or the money line. That's why I want to look at this. Here we go, 4.5. How good am I at this? I said 5 because I was hoping for 5, but it's 4.5. And I was hoping money line 185. All right, let's look at this. No, not how good am I. Pride goeth before the fall. How shitty am I is what I meant to say. Small lean to Lamar, yeah. At 4.5 and 185, but small. Small lean to Lamar. Yeah, very, very small. Small lean to Lamar. Let me quickly check something here, actually. Quickly check something, because I didn't run these numbers pregame. Normally I would, which, I can do it without, but I'd like to have it. Yeah, it's going to have to be a pass. It's going to have to be a pass. Very borderline, though. The numbers say a bet would be justified, but I'm not going to do that. The Northwestern State game, though, let's look at this. 78.5. Okay, I'm going to make a play on the under. First, let me get my bet in. Under 78.5. It's going to be an official play. Northwestern State and Nichols State. Let's enter this. Under 78.5, and let's grade it. My limited statistical analysis here likes it medium big is what it would say. Medium big is what it would say. I want to grade it medium. Maybe I should just go with medium big. All right, I will. I'll just grade it medium. Numbers like it medium big, but for the official picks tracking here, I'll just grade it medium. Northwestern State under 78.5, graded medium. Although the numbers like it medium big. The numbers also like both team total unders, 40.5 and 38.5, for sure. $40.5 and 38.5. They like both of those. Yeah. All right. I won't go crazy here. Under 78.5, graded medium. And I was thinking about adding both of the team totals under at medium small gradings. But, who knows? I don't want to go crazy here and mess up my record because, of course, that's something that you have to worry about when you're religiously honest, which for better or for worse, I am. I mean, the thing could go under and then, the thing could go into overtime and then I'm screwed. So just keep it under 78.5, graded medium, Both team totals under. The numbers like as well. And the spread, pretty much nothing. Spread, pretty much nothing. Yeah. Guess we can look at the Central Arkansas game, but that 1.5 and 76.5. Yeah. Basically nothing. Low confidence all around. Yeah, pass on that one. All right. Nice show, everyone. We added Northwestern State under 78.5, graded medium as an unexpected official play from the 7:30 Eastern time starts. Let me just copy and paste something here. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay. Okay, doing everything myself here. Everything myself. All right. We'll look at some final comments, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow. Wow, look at the late games. Man, Duquesne rolling and high scoring. All right, let's see. South Dakota game, not high scoring like I suspected. All right. KC, Cal Baptist, not low scoring like I bet and suspected. Drake game, not low scoring like I bet and suspected. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. SMU Tulane, not particularly high scoring, but it's a long way away till the end of those games. Seton Hall winning. Yep. I'm glad I didn't take the over. Again, these games, these 6:30 tight Big East games where my numbers, I made a good adjustment on those quickly. Didn't get too burned by them. Or my numbers indicate value on very low over totals, like 71.5 in these kinds of games. I kind of recognized quickly that something was off, or guessed. That was part of the art. It's a science and an art. I guessed quickly that something was off with my numbers spitting that out, and I started to ignore them. And once again, that was proves to have been the right move. Proves to have been the right move. All right. Look at the comment section, and then we'll wrap this up. Oh, there you go. Allison Red. Pete is very honest and good. Damn Skippy, Allison Red. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. What do you want? All you need is an iPhone 11 Plus to make a movie. Yeah. You also need like other actors. You also need time. That's what I really don't have. You know what I'm saying? All you need is you need time to make a movie. You also need like time to do laundry, which I don't really have time. I mean, I make time for it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Joe Anthony, thanks, Pete. Love the show. Good night. Good shout out to you, Joe Anthony. Cheesehead, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Flipper 13. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Flipper 13. Huge shout out of love to you. Deer Slayer Ski. Tasha M. Always big shout outs of love to you. Rich G. Dan Kelly. Jonathan M. Jonathan M. Nasty Nate. Awesome as always. Max is weird. Shout out to you. AP Indy. Hell yeah. Marcus Echeverria. Asking, what are you doing? I don't know what that was referring to. Okay. That's it. Tasha M says, thanks a lot, Pete. You are very welcome, Tasha M. We'll be doing this once again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Shout out to everyone.